Here we have a mini hatch, a 2009 1.6 diesel. It's coming with a noisy pulley bearing when the engine's running, which we've traced to the Aircon compressor pulley bearing. Now, rather than replacing the whole Aircon compressor, we've managed to replace the bearing in the pulley, and we've been able to do that without actually taking the compressor off. Because if you look in here, you can see the compressor is a bolt in the bottom, a bolt at the top, and there's one at the back. And we take these two bolts out completely and loosen the back one off far enough, because you can just see there's a dowel in there. Might be able to see it better from there. So you can't, because you need to lift this end of the compressor up, and you can do all this without taking the aircon pipes off, so you don't have to worry about draining the aircon refrigerant. So we take these off, lift this up enough, and pop this bottom bolt in just to support it at an angle, because that means this pulley can then come off past the subframe, which we've done. We've taken it off, pressed the bearing out, put a new bearing in. I've actually cleaned up the inside of that pulley, Loctited it, and then just repeened over where it was originally done from factory. So this can go back on. So that just slides on. Now, it did slide off not too bad, just with a few taps of a cold chisel on here, but you might need to use a puller if it's really tight. This circlip just goes in, that circlip groove just here. So this pulley slides on that way, circlip on there, then this goes over it on the end of the shaft here, this spline shaft. Now, you need to be careful of, you can just see in there on the splines there's a blank spline which matches a slot, if I can find it somewhere. Here it is. Matches, get the camera right, matches that slot there. So when you put this on, it's not going to go on, so you just sort of rotate one spline at a time until you find the right one, and then it will just pop on. There you go. It only goes on one way, and that just has, there's a little washer sits in behind there, which needs to go on that shaft first, little spacer washer, and then you just got that nut which just buzzes off with an air gun, and that will just buzz back on again. I mean, you could always put a little bit of Loctite on there if you want, but that is a lock nut, or use a new nut. And then we can drop that compressor back, get the belt back on, and that is a repair on the aircon compressor without having to spend hundreds of pounds on the new aircon compressor.